Hey everyone, it's me again. I'm back here with another rating. Yes, I'm going to do another one even after apparently most people don't like how I rated 3000 Miles to Graceland. I'm just saying, I like a movie that's realistic and isn't stupid and actually is interesting. Yes, it had comedical elements, but that was it. Anyway, the next movie on this list is I'm actually going back in the numbers. This one just got in when I went into movie gallery. The 25th Hour. Now, I remember this movie coming out in the theater on video when I was a bit younger, and I thought Edward Norton looked a lot older. But when I saw the movie, I was like, hey, it's Edward Norton. Anyway, so this movie is about a con man, more so a drug dealer, who is going to jail. He's going to jail for 7 years for possession of narcotics, of a kilo of narcotics. Anyway, and this is his last day, the 24 hours of his last day of freedom. And in these hours, he talks to his girlfriend, who may or may have not have tipped the cops off, his best friends, and his dad, who somewhat blames himself for his son's falling into crime. All the while, he realizes everything that was important to him and everything that is about to go away. Now, I actually have to say I liked this movie. I thought it would be okay, but it was actually way above my expectations. The character development between all of them was excellent. Edward Norton was awesome. He does a monologue when he's in the bathroom of a bar. He sees the fuck you on this mirror, and he does a fuck you monologue. And as bad as that sounds, it's actually really powerful monologue. And I wouldn't mind trying it, which I might do. Also, it actually has it's in New York, and it actually shows where the World Trade Centers were, and it actually has some political elements in it, but it doesn't try to enforce them. It just shows them, but it doesn't enforce, which I like, which I have to give a hand to Spike Lee for doing. Like, I thought he did that pretty well. Everything, I think this movie went through the entire way. I was interested the entire way through, almost. There were some bits where it just kind of went on and could have stopped, but then it just picked itself back up again. It is a slow movie. It's more so a life story kind of movie. Now, I know that kind of makes me sound like a wimp, but it actually is a very good movie. There's not much comedy. I like Barry Pepper as well, who's also a Canadian actor, and during the monologue he has absolutely the weirdest hairdo, and it's so friggin' funny. Anyway, I have to give this, I'm going to give this movie a 6 out of 7 of my rating. It was good character, good story, good directing, no slow-mo shit or anything. It had some parts where it kind of just dragged on. It had some stories, like some side stories, that were actually that didn't have anything to do with the story, but actually were alright. And it had some that were kind of like not important, like the girl who he brings in, like his friend who's a teacher who plays Philip Seymour Hoffman. He has a student who's kind of a dangerous person. Well, not dangerous, but she's kind of the ones who's like a naughty girl or something. I can't really think at 11 o'clock at night. Anyway, kind of the relationship between the two is kind of stale and weird, and then it leaves you thinking totally at the end. It doesn't solve it. So that's one reason why I didn't like it, but the end scene, how the movie ends, I thought was perfect. And the one thing I have to give also is that the novel, it's based on a novel, and it was written also by the writer. So, like I've said, I've ranted on long enough. That's my rating, 6 out of 7 stars. I do recommend... Shit. Don't, just scratch the stars word. Anyway, I recommend you see this movie if you're looking for something. Like, if you haven't seen it before, I do recommend you see this, at least. Just rent it. It's actually a good watch. Shadow out.